Hey y'all, it's Necey Dixon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, y'all, welcome back. Shout out to y'all who are watching this on the playback. Today I'm about to review Put a Ring on It Season 2, Episode 10. I feel like this should be a real quick one because the episode was just whatever. I really didn't know if Jessica and Eric were going to get engaged at the end of this, but I guess they told us something. So let me go ahead and jump into this review, y'all. I do with the question mark. I hope that y'all have already watched the episode. Both of the couples ended up getting engaged. Okay, spoiler alert. But I told y'all last episode, I felt like LaRonda and Sean. The analogy I used is if you've ever worked in fast food, you know that you cannot sit down. LaRonda and Sean were going through the process, making it seem like they were doing something, but they really weren't doing anything at all. They was just watching their clock until the end of the shift. Whereas I felt like Jessica and Eric were putting in more work, and it was really difficult to say if they were going to get engaged or not. As far as me caring that both of the couples are engaged, if you like it, I love it. If Jessica and Eric feel like they both want to make the commitment to each other, then great. LaRonda and Sean, no surprise there. The episode was dry AF. So yeah, congratulations to both of the couples. They don't really care. I'm ready for the reunion, y'all. So we started at the beginning of the episode. The couples are talking to Dr. Nicole, and this is where Jessica ends up saying that she feels like Eric doesn't affirm her. His love language is definitely physical touch, but she wants to be affirmed in other ways. It sounded like she said that she's never affirmed. So Dr. Nicole explains to Eric that the reason why you're so touchy-feely with her is because that's your love language. You have to learn to love her in her love language. Y'all, this whole time with Jessica and Eric, what we've been learning is they both want the same thing from each other. So you just have to mirror each other. And that's pretty much all we've been learning. Honestly, y'all, I feel like this is one of the only couples who, I don't know. I feel like it's something missing that we just really didn't know about them. I felt like this is the couple where Dr. Nicole really didn't get to spend a lot of time talking about them. So I don't know. Before this, y'all, I was definitely like, no, they shouldn't get engaged. I still feel like they weren't ready to get engaged, but that kind of makes me feel like the show is kind of flawed. What's up, Bondi? Hey, y'all. These couples come on the show for 6 weeks or 10 weeks of work. And at the end of it, it goes to show that regardless of if they're truly ready or not, they're given the tools to see what goes on beyond that. And for some reason, every single couple that comes on this show feels the need to get engaged by the end of this. I think that if they started changing things and made them get married at the end of this, then we wouldn't see so many couples getting engaged come finale of the show. I don't think everybody needs to get engaged. So whatever. They're in the car, right? And Eric is feeling some type of way about Jessica saying that she's never affirmed. And she basically just apologizes. Another thing I forgot to mention, y'all, was Dr. Nicole asked both Jessica and Eric if they wanted to have a second date. Jessica says that she's done with Sean and that she wants to put her focus on Eric. Y'all, that's also another way of saying we're at the end of the 10 weeks and I still want my ring. That's the way I took it, okay? Because I didn't think she was going to end up with Sean anyway. I did think there was a possibility that Eric was going to leave her for Leilani because he said Leilani brought him new life. So anyway, Dr. Nicole says to Eric, how do you feel about Jessica being done with Sean? And Eric says, okay. Like, he don't even really care. He checked out. Eric says that he wants to have deeper conversations with Jessica, deep conversations like he has with Leilani. But it kind of reminds me of a couple episodes ago. He said that he doesn't feel the need to have deep conversation with Jessica because it seemed like he thought she was shallow. I don't know about this couple. I mean, if they take the tools that they learned from Dr. Nicole, they'll be fine. But based on what I've seen this whole season, I don't think that they should be engaged. But whatever. Congratulations to the happy couple, right? So while Jessica says no to a fourth date with Sean, while Jessica says no to a fourth date with Sean, Eric says yes to a fourth date with Leilani. So now we can move on to the car conversation. Jessica ends up apologizing for making it sound like he never affirmed her. Eric is feeling some type of way, but she says that it's not like he never does it. He just needs to do it in a way that she appreciates. She wants random text messages on random days saying how much he appreciates her, and he doesn't do that. So, yeah, y'all, this episode was dry. This episode was dry AF. Okay, so now y'all, after they have that conversation, everything's up in the air. I'm like, I really don't know if they're gonna get engaged at the end of this. The boys go shopping, okay? The men go shopping for rings. Both of them look nervous AF. Sean was looking nervous too. I don't necessarily know why, because like I told y'all, Sean and LaRonda have already clocked out. Sean and LaRonda were done with the process by about episode 5 or 6. So they already knew that they were going to get engaged at the end of this. Both of the girls want Halo type rings. I wonder how much the rings cost. I wonder if the show contributed to the rings. Just curious, you know? So at the end of the ring shopping date or whatever, the guys sit down. They both talk about how nervous they are. But one thing that Eric says is that he wants to know, once she gets her ring, is she just going to stop utilizing the tools that they learned? Or is this going to be something lifelong? Or are things going to be different? Is it going to be new life? So I think that's one of the reasons why Eric was nervous to commit. One, because some of the things that he went through with his mom. I think he feels like he can't trust women because they want something from him. And on the other hand, it just doesn't seem like their relationship has ever been that deep, because that's what both of them are saying. So either both of them are exaggerating, or it really hasn't been that deep. So I don't know, y'all. Let's move on. One other thing that Sean said, he said pressure, bust pipes, or make diamonds. So I guess both of these couples are deciding to make diamonds, okay? Somebody in the comments, if y'all know what the success rate is of couples on this show, y'all go ahead and tell me. But I feel like towards the end, everybody's just like, well, shit, I don't want to break up, so let me just put a ring on it. But y'all know engagements can last a long time. So I just really don't feel like it's serious. I'm like, this episode was so boring. Now, we see Dr. Nicole sit down with both Eric and Jessica separately. We didn't get to see her sit down with LaRonda and Sean, which I thought was interesting. Don't know why. But Eric comes to Dr. Nicole and he expresses his concern, like, are things going to switch up? And basically, Dr. Nicole tells him what we've been seeing her tell him the entire season. Give what you want and you'll get it in return. Give grace to Jessica and she'll give grace back to you. So you have to create a safe space for her, right? She basically encourages him and she's like, y'all can do this. And I think that it was this conversation with Dr. Nicole that actually made Eric feel like, you know what? We can do this. I'm going to put a ring on it. But without that conversation, I don't know if he would have felt as confident. I think he's still unsure, because I was wondering why we see Eric and Jessica go on a date that looked like it was supposed to be the proposal setup. He doesn't yet propose, and then he takes her on the second date and proposes. So I'm like, was that supposed to be planned that way? Were you unsure about proposing, or you were nervous and then you did it later on? I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. So on the other hand, Jessica is talking to Dr. Nicole, and the advice she gives her is basically just to communicate and don't expect the worst. Dr. Nicole is giving these two really good advice, but she's giving them advice that's complementary to the other one. And I feel like this definitely influenced their decision in the end in a way that wasn't necessarily good, but not necessarily bad. But I feel like it kind of clouded their judgment. Like, yeah, they just had all this good positivity. Like, yeah, let's go ahead and get engaged at the end of this. Whereas I feel like if they didn't get that reaffirmation from Dr. Nicole, Eric probably wouldn't have proposed. So whatever. Monique says 0 out of 6 weddings, 2 out of 6 breakups. Yeah, it has to be something to go on to make it a little bit more serious. So now Eric has his date with Leilani. And again, they're looking like a couple. They walking into Nene's lounge. I noticed that. And they were hugged up. Leilani is like, yeah, this is my man. They're saucing, and Eric just basically says the way he feels with Leilani is that she brings him new life. Like everything that he wants with Jessica, he described in Leilani, which was very weird to me. But at the end of the day, he ends up saying to Leilani that he's learned a lot from her. You've taught me some things that I want to see in Jessica, but I'm going to go ahead and pursue my relationship, which I thought was odd. I thought it was odd because you basically said everything you had was right there. And the flaw with this show is people have been together for so long that you would rather keep the long-term relationship where you already know their flaws than to go to where you think the grass is greener and end up in a whole new pile of shit. So that's why it's flawed. And majority of people are going to think that way. Majority of people are going to be like, you know what? I already know what his flaws are. We've been working on the flaws for 10 weeks. I'm going to stay here instead of going somewhere new. The only person who I feel like actually left their relationship on this show that I can think of is Darian. And Darian's a whole fool. So no surprise there, y'all. So at the end of this day, Eric and Leilani end up, I guess, breaking up from their little fantasy island. So now the girls go wedding dress shopping. They were super excited about this moment. I think both of the girls looked really cute. I love the dress that Jessica picked out, a mermaid body fitting dress, because I love dresses like this. LaRonda's dress was cute too, but it was cute. It was for her. I don't have nothing to say about this dress situation. This episode was cool, no drama. I mean, they all got engaged. They knew what they were there to do. They came there to get engaged, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, both of the girls look cute. I think we can move on now. Now, y'all, let's talk about Eric and Jessica, the bulk of the episode. He brings her on a date. Eric and Jessica are really funny together. The way that they walked into this date reminded me of like Homecoming with the purple dress and the purple suit. And I definitely thought that this is where he was going to propose to her, but he doesn't. And I think Jessica thought that he was going to propose in that moment as well, because as they're walking up, she just started, oh my God. She was like ready to start crying, but this was just a regular dinner date and she didn't know it. So I think what happened in this scene is that Eric just wanted confirmation that they were on the same page. He wanted her word that they were going to continue to use the tools. And then I felt like he was okay proposing to her, which is why I'm like, should you have done it? I don't know. So the date was really cute. She said that he listened to everything that she liked. And they really just toasted to new life, which I thought was funny because that's the same new life that he says that he finds in Leilani. So they toast to new life as well as toasting to baby number 5. Okay. What's up, J-Dub? Now, let's talk about the next scene. While we thought the proposal was going to happen at this dinner date with Jessica and Eric, it doesn't happen. So towards the end of the episode, he ends up taking her to a photo shoot where she's modeling clothes from her boutique. It all made sense. I haven't been on Jessica's Instagram, but I definitely have been feeling like she's been wearing boutique clothes this entire season. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, some of the clothes are cute, but some of them I'm like, why are you wearing a 2-piece workout set to a tequila tasting? Why are you wearing a 2-piece workout set to go try on dresses? And it's probably because it's all from her boutique. So he does a photo shoot and she tries on a couple dresses. And then whenever she comes out with the last outfit on, she has on this red dress and it says E&J with the same gold flowers that they had at the dinner, which also makes me feel like he was supposed to propose to her at the first setup, right? So Eric walks out. Eric's outfit looked a fool. That was probably the most exciting thing that happened this episode. He's wearing the polka dotted button-up undershirt and the leopard print sweater on top with some jeans and some red tennis shoes. Tennis shoes was clean, jeans was fine, but the leopard with the polka dots was a fool, okay? So he proposes to her. They show all the flashbacks from everything that they've gone through. Jessica's excited. She's ready to cry. She says yes. So what a beautiful proposal, but I really just want to know why it took 2 dates for Eric and Jessica, whereas LaRonda and Sean only went on that 1 date. Yes, I agree. I think Jessica is a baddie. She's cute. But the leopard and polka dot is a no-no on Eric. So now we can move on to LaRonda and Sean. They go on an arcade date, which is where their first date was. And in the confessional, as they're having a good time and they're showing flashbacks of everything that they've been through, LaRonda says in her confessional that she doesn't know if they've come far enough for her to say yes. And when I heard that, I was like, girl, bye. Sean could have wrote you on a sticky note, will you marry me? Circle yes or no. And you would have said yes. So I was like, come on now. You know you're going to say yes. But I almost didn't know if he was going to propose in that moment because I'm like, nah, surely it won't be at the arcade. But since it was their first date, it was sentimental to her. So he gives her this really, really sweet speech, y'all. The speech was beautiful. He was talking about carrying her over the finish line and he's always going to choose her. And the whole time she was looking very nervous because she didn't know if he was going to propose or not. So it's convenient that they played that clip of her saying that she wasn't sure if they came far enough. I guess they did because he proposed and she said yes. But I have to say, like, LaRonda and Sean, I think their proposal was just beautiful. I think the words that came out of Sean's mouth was beautiful. Do I feel like they put in as much work as they probably should have within the 10 weeks? Not really. I keep telling y'all they clocked out. But I mean, if this couple was going to marry each other from the very beginning, I always wanted to know why they came on the show because they seem to have the least amount of issues. Definitely just seems like Sean has a lot of personal things that he has to work through. So as long as he does that, I think they'll be fine. On the other end, after she says yes, they go ahead and walk to like a back area section. Oh, hold on. What is J-Dub talking about? J-Dub says, Necey, don't skip the flashback where they admitted he called her a hoe and a thought. Okay, J-Dub, thank you for bringing that up. J-Dub is talking about Jessica and Eric, okay? The reason why I almost skipped over that, shout out to you, J-Dub, is because I was like, damn, was this something that we saw during the season and I just forgot about it? Okay, listen. So they show a flashback from Jessica and Eric. And this is like 2 episodes ago, whenever she was talking about being adopted. She basically said that it bothers her whenever he jokes about her being a hoe or a thought because she thinks about the fact that her mom was a prostitute. And J-Dub, whenever I heard that, I was like, what? Like, did he really call her a hoe and a thought? But then she said he was joking. And I'm just like, I don't know. I want to know why On edited that out. That's hard to say. On edited that out and then waited until the proposal to show us that. Shaking my head. Y'all go ahead and follow It's J-Dub on YouTube. He reviews Put a Ring on It too, among other shows. J-Dub is funny. Thank you for that. So, y'all, the proposal was cute. She goes to the back. I'm talking about LaRonda. And all her family is there. Sean's family is there as well, y'all. So, all in all, y'all, it was quite boring, okay? It was quite boring. Both of the couples seem to be happy. I'm not mad at anybody being happy, but I actually do not think that, both of these couples should have been engaged. But what we do have to look forward to is this reunion next week, y'all. Seems like it's going to be good. We see Alexia on stage with Darian and Kai. Kai is running off stage. Darian is following her because they're actually together now. I'm thoroughly confused, y'all, because Kai was going in on Darian on Instagram just a couple weeks ago. Now it seems like they're together. I'm confused. Then Kai did an interview with Little Black Book. Honestly, the interview wasn't much at all because Kai didn't answer any questions at all. So that's another reason why I think that her tune has changed and that she's actually with him again. Another thing that I thought was hilarious was we see a clip of Sir James, I think it was, saying that he thought that Sean was LaRonda's adult son. I was laughing my ass off because I do still feel like LaRonda babies him. Their relationship is kind of weird to me. Like just down to the way where she strokes him and she's just baby, and him having a temper tantrum at the beginning. So y'all, this reunion I think is going to be pretty good. Jay Lee even speculated that Jessica is currently pregnant pregnant with baby number 5, because in some of the confessionals throughout the season, they have her in the same outfit looking just a little bit different. So I kind of think she's pregnant with baby number 5 as well. If she is, congratulations to them. But y'all know this is just going to be the Alexia and Darian show for the reunion. So I guess, you know, that's it, y'all. Nothing really popped off, okay? Brittany says the interview was boring, and this is in reference to Kai and Little Black Book. It definitely was. I was just skipping. And that wasn't on Little Black Book. That was just on the simple fact that she couldn't or didn't want to answer anything. J-Dub says, you don't joke like that when Jessica is an exotic dancer. This is in reference to Eric calling her a hoe and a thought. You don't joke like that, period. I was just like, what? But y'all, I mean, I think that was it. Yeah, that was it, y'all. And we have no Love and Marriage Huntsville today, y'all. So I guess I will see y'all tomorrow for Real Housewives of Potomac. As far as Sweet Life on HBO, y'all, the first 3 episodes was cool. I've been trying to work myself up to review it, but it just hasn't, enough for me to want to review it. So I'll see y'all. These episodes just keep stacking up. This might just be a little Instagram story review. So if y'all don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead at Necey Dixon, and I can talk to y'all about the show there, but I really don't see myself reviewing it. We'll have to see. But I hope y'all have an amazing Sunday. Thank you for joining me and tuning in. I will see y'all in the next video.